Hello, and welcome to Great Sleep. Get ready to listen and relax. Today I'm going to tell you a winter story about a nice walk in London on Christmas Eve. James Thompson, a 35-year-old architect, woke up on a chilly December morning with a sense of excitement. The anticipation of his annual Christmas stroll through London had been building for weeks, and now the day had finally arrived. As he sipped his morning coffee, James reflected on his deep love for the city's rich history and architectural beauty. London had always held a special place in James' heart. From the moment he had first set foot in the city as a young architecture student, he had been captivated by its grandeur and charm. The towering structures, the bustling streets, and the vibrant energy that seemed to pulse through the city's veins had all left an indelible mark on him. But it wasn't just the physical beauty of London that drew James in. It was the stories that lay hidden within its walls, waiting to be discovered. Each building, each street, and each monument held a tale of its own, a testament to the city's rich and storied past. And it was this history that fueled James' passion for London. As he finished his coffee, James glanced at the clock and realized it was time to begin his Christmas stroll. He eagerly donned his warm coat, scarf, and gloves, ready to immerse himself in the magic of the city. Stepping outside his apartment, James was immediately greeted by the festive atmosphere of London during the holiday season. The streets were adorned with twinkling lights, casting a warm glow over the bustling crowds that filled the air with laughter and cheer. The sound of carolers singing familiar tunes drifted through the air, mingling with the aroma of roasted chestnuts and mulled wine. James couldn't help but smile as he took in the sight before him. London truly came alive during Christmas, radiating an energy that was contagious. As he made his way through the streets, James noticed the intricate decorations that adorned the buildings. Wreaths of holly and ivy were hung on doors, while garlands of twinkling lights were draped across windows. The city had transformed into a winter wonderland, and James couldn't help but feel grateful to be part of such a vibrant and festive place. He walked past shops displaying their festive merchandise, their windows filled with beautifully decorated Christmas trees and sparkling ornaments. The air was filled with the sound of shoppers bustling about, searching for the perfect gifts for their loved ones. As James continued his stroll, he came across a bustling Christmas market. Stalls lined the streets, offering an array of handmade crafts, delicious treats, and warm drinks. The scent of cinnamon and spices filled the air as he wandered through the market, taking in the sights and sounds of the season. With a skip in his step, James embarked on his Christmas stroll. He passed by iconic landmarks such as Big Ben and the Tower of London, marveling at their grandeur. Each structure seemed to tell a story, whispering secrets of the past to those who cared to listen. As he walked, James struck up conversations with locals, tour guides, and fellow pedestrians. He was eager to learn more about the hidden stories behind these architectural wonders. The people he met were more than happy to share their knowledge, regaling him with tales of kings and queens, wars and triumphs. One elderly man, who had lived in London his entire life, told James about the time he had witnessed the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II at Westminster Abbey. His eyes sparkled with nostalgia as he described the pageantry and splendor of that historic day. James hung onto every word, his passion for London growing with each story he heard. Engrossed in conversation, James discovered fascinating tidbits about London's history. From the Great Fire of London to the construction of St. Paul's Cathedral, each story added another layer of depth to his understanding of the city. James eagerly shared his own knowledge and insights, creating a sense of camaraderie among those he met. In the afternoon, while standing outside Buckingham Palace, James struck up a conversation with a tour guide named Sarah. She had spent years studying the history and architecture of the city and was more than willing to share her expertise. Sarah recounted the tale of the palace's construction, describing how it had evolved from a modest townhouse into the opulent residence it was today. She pointed out the architectural details and explained their significance, painting a vivid picture of the palace's past. As James listened, he couldn't help but marvel at the layers of history that were woven into the fabric of London. Each building, each landmark, held a piece of the city's story, and James felt privileged to be a part of it. As James continued his walk, he stumbled upon hidden gems tucked away in narrow alleyways and quiet corners of the city. These hidden gems were often overlooked by tourists, but to James, they held a special allure. One such gem was a quaint bookshop nestled between towering buildings. The shop was filled with shelves upon shelves of books, their spines worn and weathered with age. James spent hours browsing through the titles, losing himself in the stories that lay within their pages. Another hidden gem was a charming cafe tucked away in a quiet square. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, mingling with the scent of freshly baked pastries. James sat at a small table by the window, sipping his coffee and watching as the world passed by outside. Each hidden gem held its own story, waiting to be uncovered. And James relished in the joy of discovery, knowing that there were still countless treasures waiting to be found in this city he loved. As dusk fell, London transformed into a magical wonderland. The twinkling lights that adorn the streets cast a warm glow over the city, illuminating the faces of those who walked beneath them. The festive decorations that adorned every corner added an extra touch of enchantment to the scene. James found himself drawn to Covent Garden, where performers entertained crowds with their talents. A street magician wowed the audience with his sleight of hand, while a group of carolers sang familiar tunes, their voices blending harmoniously. The atmosphere was electric, filled with laughter and joy. James reveled in the festive spirit, feeling the warmth of Christmas enveloping him. He couldn't help but smile as he witnessed the happiness radiating from those around him. Just when James thought his stroll couldn't get any more exciting, he encountered unexpected surprises along the way. In the evening, as he walked along the south bank, he stumbled upon a street performer mesmerizing the crowd with an enchanting melody on his violin. James stood transfixed, his heart soaring with the beauty of the music. The notes seemed to dance through the air, wrapping around him like a warm embrace. The crowd around him fell silent, captivated by the performer's talent. While exploring the vibrant neighborhood of Shoreditch, James came across a spontaneous dance performance in a bustling square. A group of dancers moved in perfect synchrony, their bodies flowing with grace and precision. The energy of their performance was contagious, and soon a crowd had gathered to watch. These unexpected moments filled James' heart with joy and added a touch of spontaneity to his adventure. They reminded him that London was a city of surprises, where magic could be found around every corner. Amidst the hustle and bustle, James found solace in moments of tranquility. He took a detour to stroll along the serene banks of the River Thames, allowing himself to be captivated by the beauty of the city's skyline. As he walked, James marveled at the juxtaposition of old and new. The ancient spires of Westminster Abbey stood in stark contrast to the sleek glass towers that rose up around them. It was a reminder that London was a city constantly evolving, yet always rooted in its rich history. He found a bench overlooking the river and sat down, taking a moment to breathe in the crisp winter air. The sound of the water lapping against the shore and the distant hum of the city provided a soothing soundtrack to his thoughts. These peaceful interludes provided a chance for reflection, allowing James to fully appreciate the wonders he had encountered. They reminded him that amidst the chaos, there was always a moment of stillness to be found. As James neared the end of his Christmas stroll, he couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder at the city he called home. The stories he had uncovered, the surprises he had encountered, and the hidden gems he had discovered had all deepened his love for London. He thought back to the conversations he had shared with locals and tour guides, the tales of triumph and tragedy that had unfolded before his eyes. Each story had left an indelible mark on his heart, reminding him of the resilience and spirit of this great city. London had a way of captivating those who were willing to listen, to truly immerse themselves in its history and beauty. And James felt grateful for the opportunity to experience its magic during this special time of year. As James reached his final destination, Trafalgar Square, he took a moment to reflect on his journey. The joy of discovery, the festive spirit, and the beauty of London during Christmas had left an indelible mark on his heart. He stood in the center of the square, surrounded by the towering columns of Nelson's Column and the fountains that danced with water. The sound of laughter and chatter filled the air, mingling with the distant sound of carolers singing in the distance. With a warm smile, James bid farewell to the city, knowing that he would carry its magic with him wherever he went. He looked forward to next year's Christmas stroll, eager to uncover more hidden stories and create new memories in this city he loved. And as he turned to leave, James couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the passion that had led him here, to this place that had become his home. London had captured his heart, and he knew that his love for the city would only continue to grow with each passing year.